really is a type of game that would, without fail, absolutely destroy friendships. You need to bear in mind, I entered this game having never played Monopoly, like, ever. So while I understand, you know, what it was in general, all the random stuff about houses and hotels and stuff, nope, never seen that in my life. So we started off with this thing where whatever number dice you land on means you go first, and we're then introduced to the wonderful properties that we could invest in. Jeremy was the boat, Frosty was the cheese grater thing, and I was the car. So of course Jeremy rocked up going first and brought this wacky odd piece of land. Frosty would follow up getting a double. If you roll the same number on both dice, then you can roll a second time, which after investing in some land, he did indeed do again. Now it was my turn. I ended up getting literally the highest roll I physically could have, along with making it a double too. I purchased the electric company and then mortgaged it because honestly I had no idea what that word meant or did. I rolled it again and got a second double in a row. Why is it orange? Because if I roll one more double, I go straight to prison. But I wasn't concerned about that. I rolled anyways, and thankfully fate was on my side. I was also now on the complete opposite side of the board to all of my mates, and I of course had the bright idea to buy literally everything on the board in the process. So that's kind of the basic rules of the game. We'll get into what the houses and hotels mean when it comes to that. Whoa! Advance to the nearest railway station. If unowned, you can buy it. Ooh!
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Wow! I find it so funny how they're all cheering about just someone buying stuff.
Owning a bro. Yeah.
You own that house? That house is yours? All of it?
Okay, it's my turn. Roll the dice.
Really nice.
What did I land? Oh, green. I literally don't want this. You guys can fight over it.
Businessman Jeremy had other ideas, as it would be here that would be introduced to the auction mechanic, where you would add money to the product's value and see who wins. However, I ended up forcing Frosty to overpay for the property. Woo!
Feeling lucky.
Yay.
We give you a tenner. How much money do I make when I go across Sky?
200, I think. Yeah.
Oh, 200.
That's what I call bad news.
You owe 200 to myself. Wait, who did I just pay that to?
Bank?
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, did somebody just land on tax?
Yeah, it's the tax.
I think that
At least you can't get arrested for tax evasion. So there you go. You didn't evade it.
They made tax evasion canon to Monopoly. It's bonkers.
Same. I'm not avoiding tax evasion.
It doesn't stop.
Oh, got it. Still remember how to retire.
What was that? What was that special one? What? Oh, and you see that red dice? That's because you wanted the game to go quicker, even though the recording still ended up being 2 hours long.
It's the speed die. You got the bus, so that means you get to pick where you want to go.
Why can't I move to 3? So y'all know these funky properties we bought? Well, if another player landed on their property, they'd be required to pay a large sum of money. Though it wasn't quite large at the moment, only being 14 quid, but that would soon change. We would also be introduced to the trading system at this moment of the game, where you would have to try and get these values in the middle to match up. Which they didn't, but I was now the proud owner of all the electricity! However, this exchange was dangerous. Having every tile of the same colour meant that you could put houses and hotels onto it, making it so when other players land on your board, they have to pay you even more money. And watching Jeremy start his house empire was even more dangerous.
I'm gonna go easy on you guys at the start. I'm only gonna do this much.
This is so confused. So much stuff is happening.
I mean, you can do the same thing as well. If you gain one more of that orange, anyone in jail is pretty much ruined. No.
Thank goodness. But this here was terrifying. A hotel. Instead of paying quite a bit of money, we would now be paying a truckload of it if we landed here, which definitely wouldn't bite us in the rear end later.
Yeah, you own the entire. You own from like 2 spaces behind all the way around to jail.
Being in jail is a bit of a saving grace.
Jail!
Are you in jail?
No!
Don't give up.
Oh. more money to me.
I went from being the richest person to the poorest person to the richest person.
Oh no!
Oh!
Never give up.
Ah!
That is catastrophic.
You're getting serious.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Okay. How he installs so much fear into one corner of the map, I will not be able to fathom.
This might sound bonkers, but
Will you donate me? Do you want to buy my $2 for like 100?
Jeremy, do you want to buy $1 for $150?
It is being made. You see, the trick is here, you've done something wrong. The trick is you need to add an extra 1, so I'm giving you what you've given me, counteracting it, making it a perfect deal.
I see.
Oh.
Demand. They're
So, you give me 1, I give you 150. Now I have your 1, so I'm giving it back. 151.
Brilliant.
There you go. Make your deal, make your money, boom.
I'm not gonna.
You know, we're paying the British version. Why are we having to pay for healthcare?
Right. Exactly.
No. All nine. I am avoiding all of that.
sometimes.
That is far better. That is far better. Look at what's to the right of me. Landing on these hotel squares would lead to us having to use my previously discovered mortgaging ability to try and scrape up enough money to pay the 900 quid required by landing on Jeremy's properties. And this was only one of more to come.
$1.
We're back to where we started.
Poor people, am I right? Constantly borrowing money off each other.
Oh, let's go.
No.
And despite owning half of the board, I'd rather go bankrupt than give the victory to this devious businessman. Monopoly is really strategic. Despite owning most of the stuff, I also commonly had the least money. Though it was rigged from the beginning because Jeremy had played it and Frosty and I had never, but still that says a lot about society. Have a good one, chaps!